And we are back for game number 2 here, Armada Gaming versus No Earth Spirit. And don't worry, there's anyway no Earth Spirit. He won't make it into the captain's mode ever. Just like Legion Commander. But either way, my name is HeflaTV and I'm casting here with Grandis V. Oh, my beloved NA caster here from Canada. And finally he's back from his vacation, so I really hope you guys like him for all those who haven't heard him. But either way, let's see. Join Dota League Season 3, Division 2, America, and Armada Gaming. They have to get a tie here to get with a point home. Otherwise, yeah, 2-0 for Earth Spirit.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that Armada Gaming are able to get their draft together. Last game kind of felt like, I don't know, an all-pick ranked match, I guess. It felt kind of like, I don't know, the one guy wanted to play Void, the one guy wanted to play Meepo, the one guy wanted to play Coddle and Rubik. They just didn't have synergy altogether. They were just kind of, in a vacuum, they would have been good picks, but they just didn't have good synergy together. So hopefully they'll be able to find a better draft. I think that will be key for Armada Gaming. And I don't know, last game it felt like they had a little bit of communication issues. So maybe find something that's a little easier to coordinate for this game. I don't know. I'm interested to see how Armada Gaming are going to handle this second game.
Yeah, it just didn't work out. You're absolutely right. I mean, I said it in the draft already when we saw the draft the first time. Like, there was just no synergy. I just didn't see it happening. Like, the Chrono, yes, but what is damaging into the Chrono? A Coddle Blast level 2, the Coddle barely got any experience. Like, what, a Fate Bolt? Like, the Meepo got even owned. Like, the last fight showed how, like... how few of a synergy that entire draft was. The Meepo just owned by the own Chrono. Like the Panda also, like the Panda was pretty much the MVP for Armada the entire game. But even there, I don't know, the Bolditus on the Luna and the Cyclone on the Death Prophet, that didn't make any sense. They had to burst down the Death Prophet, but no, the Death Prophet survived, and in the end he raped everything that was just in the Chrono, just sitting there, and the Ghosts were doing the job. So I don't know, the draft, as I said, it was pretty weird, but let's see. Armada Gaming is such, they are not bad players, but the draft has to be more decent, and we see they definitely, changed their approach. Skywrath Mage and Titan is coming out, as well as the Sand King.
I like this a lot better. Skywrath Mage and Sand King synergize very well as a support duo. You can get kills early. Concussive Shot makes up for the fact that Sand King's stun has a fairly low range at those earlier levels, and Tidehunter just offers a lot of good team fight for them, and is a solid offlaner all around, and does have options for laning. I don't know, already I like this draft coming out from them better, but on the other side, No Earth Spirit have a very scary draft of their own. Faceless Void, Death Prophet, and Pugna. They're not hiding their cards at all. They're going to push down towers, and while they have the synergy available, Faceless Void with the Death Prophet, the Exorcism does a lot of damage if you're able to hold people in place. Pugna is also able to get a very long life drain off with a Pugna Blast on multiple units. This is scary.
Yep, this is really scary. Like, we have a Chrono set up and synergy is already there. We have Crypt Swarm coming in. The Ghosts of the Exorcism are just damaging everything that's in the Chrono, as well as the Pugna, Netherblast, Wall, and of course the Ultimate. And the Ultimate is also just a free channel into the Chrono, which is, I don't know, it really hurts. Like, I mean, everybody who played against the Pugna, it really does hurt. It just channels you down, especially if you get the Aghanim Scepter and the Faceless Void maybe as well. Then the Aghanim Scepter duration, it just hurts.
Yeah, Armada Gaming are going to go ahead and pick up the Storm Spirit. I like this pickup, but I think they need a little bit more than the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit is nice in this draft because he's able to pick off the Pugna or the Death Prophet before the fight begins, if he's able to get the jump on him. If he's able to get a good start, this could be good for them. But I think what's going to be really key for Armada Gaming is the ability to have the Blink Dagger on their Sand King and Tidehunter to make sure that they're able to start the fights on their terms and that No Earth Spirit aren't able to, like, 5-man walk down a lane, get a Chronosphere on, like, 3 heroes, and then just blast towers to death. And, well, No Earth Spirit are going to go ahead and pick up the Shadow Shaman as well. Even more push. If Armada Gaming make one mistake, their towers are going to melt like butter.
Yep, absolutely. And before we go further here into the draft, Grandis, can you check if your microphone is enabled in Dota? Because someone just complained that there is no sound in Dota TV, but I'm not sure. I just enabled mine because after the restart it was disabled. So for the first half an hour or so, they didn't have sound there. But I mean, the stream is the most important thing, of course. But still, for those people who just have problems with the internet, they want to watch Dota TV. Either way, we gotta finish this draft because they're drafting relatively fast. We have the Storm Spirit now. Okay, that's, I guess, okay. It's nice because it's some lockdown. Nice for the Skywrath Mage. He has some nice yeah, opportunities to get the Mystical Flare off with the Sand King Burst Strike, with the Vortex of the Storm Spirit, and maybe even after the Ravage, even though the Ravage stun is not the longest, it's just a 2-point something stun there, and that might not be the perfect setup. But let's see on the other side, they get even more push. Look at this, we have Exorcism, Netherblast, as well as the Mass Serpent Wards. That's just crazy. Like this, those tier 1 towers, they're gonna melt. They're just gonna melt.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that they can do about it either. I'm not sure how No Earth Spirit are really going to try to round out their lineup. As it stands, their only real way to start fights is either just to walk up to a tower and force Armada Gaming to react, or to have the Faceless Void jump in with the Chronosphere. So I'd maybe like to see them pick up a support that can jump into the enemy team and maybe look for some pickoffs early. But at the same time, I don't think they really need that either. Maybe they just go with more synergy with the Faceless Void, pick up something like a Jakiro for even more tower push early, as well as just the damage in the team fights.
Yep, absolutely. But I don't know, the Storm Spirit pick, it kind of worries me already because it's picked in inside Death Prophet as well as a Pugna. So right now we already have like instant spells on him. We have a Silence on him, we have the Nether Ward on him, we have an instant Hex, and even a Chrono. And in a Storm Spirit, he's not gonna survive it. And talking about silences or instant spells, Silencer is coming up, and that means Global Silence as well as, of course, say it Last Word. So that's another silence. This Storm Spirit, he's not gonna have a good game. That's pretty certain.
Pretty much, they pick up the Lifestealer to combo with that Storm Spirit, gives them more jump potential, but at the same time, Lifestealer, I don't know, he doesn't really feel very effective. They have Defensive Decrepify to stop the Lifestealer from hitting the targets. Also, a lot of their damage is physical, and that Rage really isn't going to do all that much to keep the Lifestealer alive. They have the Chronosphere, they have the Death Prophet ultimate, as well as the Shadow Shaman wards, and then the Silencer ultimate, if it comes after the Rage, will stop him from using any spells, or before the Rage, rather. Stop him from getting the Rage off in the first place.
Yep, absolutely. And the last picks have been made. They're picking the heroes and we're swapping the overlays. And then we're getting ready. I mean, this draft is... How can I say it? I mean, no Earth Spirit, this is a pushing strategy with a nice Chrono as the ultimate, as well as the global, making sure that, for example, the Skywrath Mage, Tide Hunter, and like pretty much all these combinations, like all of them can be shut down easily. Like if the Silence is coming out before the Rage, you can burst down the Nags and you can't do anything. Like the Tide Hunter can just watch because of the Silence. The same goes pretty much for the Skywrath Mage. The Storm is also just a spectator when the global Silence is coming out. And I don't know about the Sand King, it's pretty much the same. While on the other side, if they already casted all their spells, like these spells are ticking, and this is like, I don't know, like that Silencer, Global Silence, this is just gonna, it's just gonna destroy Armada in the team fights. I have the feeling they really need to be ahead in farm, maybe even get a BKB on Storm might be really necessary here. And yeah, even the Lifestealer has to be really careful when and where he uses his Rage. Let's see how this is going, but like if I had to put like rares on this, on these drafts alone, I would favor Ban Earth at any time here. But let's see, maybe they make mistakes, maybe their whole pushing strategy is gonna fail, and somehow Armada Gaming is finding it back, because when it comes really late, they actually stand a chance. A huge fat ultimate, the Storm Spirit maybe a pickup before, nice epicenter, Mystic Flare, maybe taking someone out, and of course the Lifestealer getting really fat. That might be their opportunity, but still, they still have to get there, and that requires at least 30 minutes into the game. Until then, I don't think we have much of the towers left, and then they're gonna surf on this wave of tower gold.
Yeah, I think so too, but I don't know, even if it does go late, Banner Spirits are still looking pretty good. They have the Silencer that could transition more into a carry role as he's starting to steal that intelligence, and they also have the Death Prophet Ultimate, which really doesn't scale off until fairly late into the game, after 45 minutes usually. Shadow Shaman a very good late game support with the Blink Hex initiation, Serpent Wards are very good, and then you have the Faceless Void as well. I don't know, I think, yeah, it's all going to be on execution for Armada Gaming. They need to get ahead, and they need to keep playing with that momentum, get the Storm Spirit fat early.
Yep, absolutely. There's a pause for unknown reason at the moment. It's Slane who's actually, I don't know, he went for a poop or something. I don't know. Like we had actually a break in the game already, or in the lobby, because someone had to go to the bathroom, but apparently someone else had to go to. We're gonna use this small break to introduce the team, starting here on the Dire side, and yeah, we have this time on a Lifestealer, Monkeys Forever on Storm Spirit. Rolo is, excuse me, is playing the Sand King. Jolly Joker on a Tidehunter, and Futsi on the Skywrath Mage. You know what's so funny about Futsi? Because his name, does it have any meaning in English? Does it make any sense? You're
Not really, no.
Okay, because in my native language it actually makes sense, not, but it's more of a insult. Like a footsie is, I don't know, it's like a ridiculous person, but not as in a funny way. It's just like another word for moron, but like more of a poshy moron. I can't even describe it. There's not really a description for it, but yeah, in German that is... Okay, never mind. Let's introduce the Radiant side and see what we got there.
Yeah, on the Radiant side, we are going to have Slain. Playing on the offlane Faceless Void towards the mid lane, we're going to have Alex playing on the Death Prophet, and the safe lane Tri-Lane is going to be made up of Fish. Playing on the Shadow Shaman, a Silencer taken up by Fan of Soyan, and finally we're going to have a Pugna played by Glacius. This is suggesting this is a support Pugna with a farming Silencer.
Yep, I don't know if I agree on this one. I actually thought the Pugna is gonna be the farming one. That might have been a bit better, because the Pugna like contributes to the push, and the Silencer, all the Silencer needs is XP. So if the Rasta, I don't know, stays a bit away, maybe stacks in the jungle so they can clean up with Nether Blast. I don't know, I think that might have been the better swap, but they decide to go for this, and I mean, after all, it should be enough. They still have the Nether Wards as well as the Exorcism, so they don't even necessarily need the Nether Blasts. Let's see what's happening. First of all, they find here Illusion Rune in the bottom rune spot. By the way, I love what you said there, like the trident which is made up of fish. that was good. We should highlight this one. It's a fish tri-line.
Definitely.
A fishy tri-line.
Well, let's see how this fishy tri-lane stands up against the fish. The Tidehunter is walking down here. I don't know. He should be okay, at least at the early portions, but will be zoned out fairly heavily by Fish with the Ether Shock, as well as just right-clicking away. The Anchor Smash failed to hit, and he doesn't have a Stout Shield on his person, so I don't know, he's going to be fairly susceptible to being zoned out early on.
Yep, absolutely. And oh, we already had like a small go here on a Tidehunter. He's getting some harassing, but nothing really worth to mention. And I wonder how both offlaners gonna do, because like both tri-lanes, they have easy potential to do something. The Sand King at the moment stacking for himself. He's already getting prepared for like Sandstorm farming, and I don't know, but with the Burrow Strike and the Arcane Bolt as well as the slow, like unless the Faceless Void is getting like level 3 with a level 2 Time Walk, they can actually get a kill here. Then the open wounds afterwards, this is 1 stun, 2 slows. It should be enough. Maybe requires a bit of a tower dive, or maybe he overextends a bit. Let's see what happens.
I don't know, personally, if the Skywrath Mage is going to sit back and start pulling, I think getting the point in concussive shot, or at least saving it till you know what you want to get, is probably the smarter option to make sure that they can get those kills, but he should get level 2 before too long. I guess the lane that we haven't talked a lot about is this mid lane. It is going to be the Storm Spirit played by Monkey, is up against the Death Prophet, and currently the Storm Spirit is pulling ahead a little bit as far as CS is concerned, 11-2 compared to the 7-0 of the Death Prophet.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, in the mid, it's okay-ish. I mean, the Storm is doing quite fine, but then again, the Storm also gets the majority of the right clicks from the Death Prophet, which is like him lacking all. But we have now a Burst Strike here on Slain, just for harass purposes, but it doesn't seem like Rolo is going for it. No, he just wants the right clicks, but with, I don't know, with a Poor Man's Shield, like you can pretty much, yeah, forget about those. Like, look at what he dishes out on the Sand King. Now, there's the Burst Strike. Arcane Bolts are actually flying with the seal on top of it. That's finally some harass damage we can talk about. But he's using just a Tango and he's going back, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know. A very interesting exchange to be sure. Nothing really happening of it, except for a couple of tangos eaten by both sides. Storm Spirit picks up the haste rune. He's going for the wraparound on the Death Prophet. He's going to get the first slow off onto Alex. Trying to focus him down. He pulls him back into himself. Trying to focus him down. He's going to eat a Crypt Swarm and just harass in the end of the day.
Yep.
But good harass at that.
Of course, it's a nice harass, and the Death Prophet, it's still not a flying courier, might actually happen pretty soon. With that, he's gonna get boots as well as a bottle. Or are these his boots? Yes, they are boots as well, but yep, the Storm is making sure with that haste rune he's getting as much as possible harass on him there. And of course, that's quite needed, because otherwise you're just getting spammed out of by the Death Prophet. But now the bottle arrived, which should mean full HP.
Yeah, pretty much. Rollo is actually rotated towards the mid lane, possibly learning that the Radiant doesn't have a ward here, especially considering the positioning from Death Prophet. Will he be able to get in range? They need to slow him down in some way, but he's just out of position. He's going to be caught out by the Burrow Strike. Now pulled back by Monkeys Forever. This one should be a kill, I'd assume. They should be able to chase him down with the slow. A couple more auto attacks is all they need, and Storm Spirit picks up the first blood.
Yep, he was pretty lucky there that like the level 1 Vortex was not enough to pull him in the second Remnant, but still, like the right clicks were absolutely enough to just get it. So yep, first blood goes, I think again to Amata, if I'm not mistaken. They got the first blood in game 1 too. I don't know if you remember.
I think so.
You think
honestly, I can't remember. That sounds about right. Up in top lane, yeah, nothing's really happening. Phaseless Void going to Eevee, Arcane Bolt. But Rollo has rotated back up, maybe looking for a flank here. They don't have any rune vision here, or ward vision, excuse me, for the Sand King rotations, and that really cost Banner Spirit there in the first couple minutes of the game.
Oh, actually, no, I think it was the Void going down on the other game, like in his offline. But it doesn't really matter who got the first blood.
Oh, that's
this
right,
time we have it on Amata, and yes, that's of course a good start for them. And they need that head start. Like, I've been talking about it in the draft already. The head start is needed if you want to have a chance with this draft. And so far, it's working out. Especially since they decided, I don't know, to not go too aggressive. Like, because I mean, if you look at that lane, if that was a farming Pugna and they would be pushing out the lane, which they have, I mean, they have Ethershock, they have 3 ranged heroes who could just right-click through, and to be honest, I already had the feeling that they could push down the tier 1 tower easily, but instead, they don't block the Ancients here, which means, look at the Tidehunter, he is level 4, and yeah, already has a triple stack of Ancients here. That is gonna be tasty, tasty gold. Unless it's getting contested at some point, but the problem is they don't have anything to contest unless he doesn't take that stack till the Rasta might be level 6, and I've seen this, yeah, this week even, that actually Rasta came along and just put the wards there and then just farmed a quadruple stack Ancients that a Tinker or I can't remember, or Titan stacked for himself there.
Yeah, I don't know, could backfire on them. I'm fairly surprised how this Pugna is doing. He's getting a lot of levels just pulling non-stop in the Radiant jungle. Is actually keeping up as far as experience is concerned with the Sand King. Actually has a little bit of lead, almost hitting level 5.
Yep, we have those 2 supports that like go in the jungle and try to make certain things happening, but okay, Rollo is gonna miss here his block. That's not too good, obviously. But let's see. Now he's pulling it again. 56. I don't know. Maybe it's even enough. Yes, he's gonna stack it. But in the meantime, no. Slane is just gonna pull that creep wave. He's gonna get some harass, of course, with the arcane bolts. But Footsie, he definitely can't kill him alone anyway.
Another haste rune for Monkeys. He's going to pull back Alex, and now he has the ultimate available, going to charge up the overcharge one more time. He should be able to secure this kill, a second kill on the Death Prophet in the mid lane. This is really the start that Armada needed. Yeah.
Absolutely, like the Storm Spirit getting fat and that early, it's absolutely needed. Like if the Death Prophet would own this lane, that would be, yeah, Armada Gaming doomed. But with the Storm now having such a nice lane, one with rotation, the second one just on his own, just with, of course, like the rune control, that definitely works out. So 2 kills in 7 minutes. It's a relatively passive game, but still, Armada Gaming, they have 2 guys who are like permanently stacking for themselves. And let's see. I mean, at some point, Ban Earth Spirit is gonna say, "Hey guys, I think we're gonna push now." And then we have, of course, a Pugna coming out as well as the Exorcism. Exorcism would be ready. He is level 6, almost level 7. Even now, he just ding. And let's see. Like they could easily swap, for example, bottom lane, and the timing would be nice because I think the Tidehunter is still far away from his level 6, so no Ravage to fear. And yep, let's see. They're gonna apply some pressure here. There is a creep wave, another ward as well. I don't know how fast can they clean out that creep wave. It should be relatively fast if the Ethershock comes. Yes, it comes. And that tower, it might actually go down. The question is, Tidehunter, do you try to deny it? It's very risky. No, he doesn't even try to.
Against the Pugna, not a chance, really, with the base damage that the Tidehunter has. There's going to be a zip in middle lane coming out for Monkeys Forever, but the Chronosphere is going to come out, catch him under tower with the Exorcism. They're going to blow up the Storm Spirit, and a very well-needed kill for Banner Spirit. Not hesitating a second.
Yep, and look what they do. They just rotate to the tier 1 tower. Now that the Exorcism is anyway out, they're just gonna go for the second tier 1 tower. That's some nice wave of gold they're gonna swim on here with the second tier 1 tower. And I don't see how they're gonna contest it. Rollo, he's still farming. He's close to his dagger though, and that might be then dangerous. But yeah, no one is here who can contest this. And to be honest, if they want to, like with the Rasta almost level 6, give it another minute and they can go for the other tier 1 tower. That's then 3 tier 1 towers down before the 10 minutes mark if they do it right. But maybe it's gonna take a bit longer. Let's see.
Yet again, we're going to see a mechanism picked up by the Death Prophet. She has the 2 components, just saving up to that recipe after finishing the Arcane Boots. Same build we saw last game, and it worked out for them. And, well, it should work out this time as well with their plan of just 5-manning down these towers. Silencer is actually going for a very interesting build. He's completely rushing the Aghanim Scepter, not even going for boots.
And the rush is successful. I mean, look at this. Like, he needs 1,500 and he's done with the Aghanim Scepter. Like, 1,500, that should be doable. Like, unless he's contested or ganked here. I mean, there is a blink now by the Sand King. They really want to stop him, but, like, put a stop to this guy. That's a hard thing to do. And he almost has now, yes, the next one. No, wait, I'm wrong. He needs just 300 for the Aghanim Scepter. He already has the Staff of Wizardry in the inventory, which I didn't see. So the Orca Club in the stash, and the next is the Plate of Alacrity, and then, yeah, then he's done. This is going to be a below 10 minutes Aghanim Scepter on the Silencer.
Well, not if Storm Spirit can help it. He's rotating down, but he's going to jump on the Pugna instead. He finds him out in the jungle in a very easy kill, pulls him back, takes a decent amount of damage from the ward, but in the end, easy pickoff.
Yeah, but that also... Oh, Silencer now in trouble, though. He's eating through. He wants to go for the Storm. Oh, there's the last word, and now the right clicks are coming. He's silenced, but there is no follow-up whatsoever. But, talking about follow-up, the Titan is actually coming. They don't have a Gush, but they have a Ravage, and with that, that should be easy. Yes, they get him. And did he buy his... Oh my god. Are you kidding me? He didn't manage to buy his Aghanim Scepter before. He was like 50 gold away. I think he should have just said, okay, Pugna, dead, fine, I finished my Aghanim Scepter.
Probably, in the end, he backs off for the boots, as well as the TP scroll. I don't know. Unfortunate for him, he was on path, but, I don't know, good news for Armada up in top lane. We're going to have a little bit of action, possibly. We have that Blink Dagger available for the Sand King, looking for an initiation here on the Pugna, as well as the Faceless Void. They're spread out fairly well here. Not really finding a good angle just yet. He might decide to go soon. Keep your eyes on Rolo. I don't know, for now they're just watching target blasted.
Yep, and the Netherplast is doing a lot of work. Look at this, just chipping it down. This is just a level 3 Netherplast, but still, they have to sustain, they need... I mean, this is really looking good. We have soon, of course, a mech on the Death Prophet. Actually, we just have it right now. The recipe is in... in the courier. Unfortunately, it's not there, because if they want to fight, the mech would, of course, make sense. We have the Chrono ready right now, and also a Urn on the... Urn and Arcanes on the Pugna, so they have a lot of sustain. Mech heal, Urn heal, Arcane Boots on one of the guys. That's exactly what you need. With that, you can keep on rolling, keep the Death Ball up, and I don't know, I think they spotted out this smoke around this area here. Someone maybe saw it here, and that means, yeah, they're holding back. They know exactly something is coming, but Rolo, or maybe top the Naix, but the Naix has already level 2. Oh, there's the Chrono.
Yep, catches out Ink Dota. I don't know, they don't have a lot of follow-up here. Here comes the Silence, and there's your follow-up. They should be able to burst him down. He will take down to the Silencer in the end. Now Monkey's also going to follow a similar fate. Tidehunter, in the midst of everything, doesn't have the Ravage available for another 30 seconds. He's going to be silenced up, or rather, just the curse applied by the Silencer. They're fighting behind this tier 2 very confidently, coming out from Ban Earth Spirit. It's working now. Exorcism popped by Alex, and they should be able to take this tier 2 without much contention.
Yep, that tier 2 is gone. Pretty certain about that, and they might actually even rotate into the mid. I don't think there is enough duration left on the Exorcism to actually make a dent in that tower, but to be honest, as long as there's a Pugna with Arcane Boots and a Death Prophet with Arcane Boots, I mean, they have double Arcane sustain, like a Urn, which also got charges right now. Now we also have the Silencer, by the way, who finished, his Aghanim Scepter. Yes, Plate of Alacrity is there. And also, what is the Pugna going for? We have the Pugna now with Staff of Wizardry, Magic Wand finished, and I don't know, that Staff of Wizardry, is that a 4-staff? Or is that maybe also a Aghanim Scepter Rush? Might be a good idea. Either way, both items would of course fit on the Pugna. For mobility, I guess the 4-staff not too bad. Either way, we are 12 minutes in, 30 minutes in actually, and it's about time. Oh, actually, maybe we have some engagement in the mid. Let's see about that one.
Well, they're going to jump in onto Alex with the blink on the Sand King, but they're going to jump back immediately. They will commit the Ravager as catches out the Silencer, as well as the Shadow Sham. Shadow Sham does have the worst now. Zip it from Monkey, so he'll pick up a double kill here. Not going to be able to commit to any more here after committing the Ravage to that. I don't know, in the end, 2 for 1, they got the Death Prophet, which is the important thing. They might not be done here. Glacius, what are you doing? He's going to be slowed down by the Lifestealer and bursted down. He was very out of position.
Yep, he just came in at the right timing. So Amata striking here and getting 3 people on that only happened for, I mean, just one of them went down. The Skywrath Mage actually died. I didn't even see how he died. I think the other shock finished him off. I'm not quite sure who got that Skywrath Mage kill. Pagna got it. So it was a Nether Blast and or the Nether Ward. I'm not quite sure. Oh, but there's a Chrono here top, and he found the Storm. The question is, does he have enough right clicks? Yes, it should be enough. The silence was coming out just to make sure, because it was really, really close, but I think he just had a bash shortly before the chrono ended, so it might have been even possible without the Global Silence. But then again, hey, Global Silence, it's a 130-second cooldown. By the time they're gonna push again, I think it's gonna be ready.
Honestly, I think if you commit the Silencer ultimate to that, you let him get the last hit to get that extra 2 intelligence. I don't know. Still, a good kill, and we're seeing the power of that Mask of Madness that was lacking last game. Honestly, I would have liked the Aghanim Scepter Rush in this game a lot better than last, because they do have a lot of follow-up for the Chronosphere. I don't know, Tidehunter going to be attacked by these Serpent Wards, and the siege begins. Tier 2, I don't think they're really going to contest this. Rolo is in a great position. He's trying to jump in. He has a Lifestealer in tow. He's going to get a double Burrow Strike. He channels the Epicenter. No, doesn't have enough mana for it. And now they're trying to focus down the Death Prophet, but she's still alive. Inknote trying to chase her down. Pops the Drum Charge for Mary. Does get the last hit in the end. Jolly Joker being pursued by Fish here. There's a buyback from the Sand King trying to chase them down in the end. It looks like they're going to be happy with that. No, the Skywrath Mage going to finish up the Silencer. A very spread out engagement through the dire jungle. Now Ink Dota might be pursued by the Faceless Void with the Time Walk and Mask of Madness. Maybe he'll be able to get this kill. Rage comes out, and well, that will stop Slane in his tracks.
Yeah, I mean, I caught that kill in the mid as well. As you said, it was super spread out. The tower is going down. In the end, Banef, they lose 4 heroes, but Rolo got, wait, was it even a buyback on him?
It was.
Yeah, then with this buyback, it was quite worth it because he got the Echo, the Epicenter. I was about to say Echo Center. Well, that makes not much sense, but either way, the Epicenter came out and he actually got the kill on the Rasta, so he kind of got his gold back. Still, it's of course now on cooldown, but it's not like Banef is going immediately high ground. They're probably gonna go for another fight, maybe bottom tier 2. Slane is already in that position and like going for it. He should, of course, I don't know, PTs on Int maybe, so he gets the mana up, or more mana region, so by the time they want to go for that tier 2 tower, he has the chrono ready. Either way, now I actually have finally some time to look at the graphs, and it's a bit of a roller coaster here, but Amata game is actually leading by 3k. They're doing quite okay when it comes to experience. When it comes to goal, however, there we have a problem. Yes, it is above 5k at the moment for Bun Earth, and that is, of course, explained just by the tier 1 towers. At the moment, they have absolute tower advantage. All the tier 1 towers still standing, not even a small dent in them. Like here and there is 100 HP missing on a tower, but overall they didn't lose anything. So Amata, they really need that tower gold very soon.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of that experience disadvantage is shown by the kill disadvantage that they have. Also, they've been grouping up a lot to get these kills. So, sharing that experience does have its disadvantages as well. I don't know, this Lifestealer has been fairly quiet throughout this game. Really only showed his face in that last initiation while he was infested in the Sand King. He has some decent farm under his belt, but I don't know, still doesn't feel extremely effective. It's putting a little bit of tower pressure on the tier 1 up top.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, like, let's see. It really looks like they want to go systematically. Like tier 2 bottom, that's the next station, and what is awaiting them? Actually, yep, the Epicenter is there. We have pretty much everything ready if they want to. Like, it's just, do they contest, do they not contest? Well, actually, we have the Void going for the Lifestealer now. Oh, drums being used, he's trying to, but Mask of Madness is really high, and oh, look at this. He's just nuking that Lifestealer down solo. And in the meantime, we have a bottom engagement here. Nice silence here, and so far, even with the Ravage, nothing's really happening. This is just crazy. The Storm is actually coming in now, Rolo. He doesn't have any mana left. He's trying with the Sandstorm really, really hard. The Death Drop is going down. Oh, Storm has to be careful, but in the end, they're getting 4 down. I don't know if that was a really good idea of Slane. Like, he tried to protect the tier 1 tower, but in the end, he took a 4-man wipe here. That's actually a strange decision.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why Bant Earth Spirit decided to fight there. They tried to initiate into it. They dropped the silence, or they didn't drop the global silence, but they dropped the exorcism and tried to initiate without the Faceless Void, but without that ability to lock down these heroes, they were able to, I don't know, overcome that and get 4 for 1 in the end total. We Do have our Orchid finished on the Storm Spirit a little bit later than you'd like to see on your Storm, but still a respectable time. It's sub 20 minutes, about 18.
Yep, absolutely. But I don't know. I think this was a pretty weird fight, a pretty weird decision that the Void was just going off there, because that gave Armada Gaming like definitely a better trade, like a lifestealer for 4, and a tower not even getting too much damage. No, definitely not worth it. Absolutely not. And we should see that even in the crafts. Yes, they're progressing with the crafts going in the wrong direction for Ban Earth. Like, they're losing gold advantage, and Armada is gaining even more on experience. Like, the only one who's relatively slow in farm at the moment is really the Lifestealer, even though his net worth is fine. I mean, 7,400, just the Void is a bit on top of him. But of course it is just a Hand of Midas, and the Hand of Midas doesn't give you anything on a Lifestealer, really nothing, except really if you have a target and you want to benefit from the, I don't know, the attack per second. That's pretty much all it does. Plus of course the gold on XP. But for the team fights, low armor, low HP, like even the rage won't help you against Exorcism and Wards.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for now, Banner Spirit are still at a decent position in this game, just as far as towers are concerned. But if they're not able to push high ground, say in the next 10 minutes, I'd start to worry for Banner Spirit. I don't know, it all depends on how much farm they're able to stack up onto his Faceless Void. With his build, he farms fairly fast if they're able to get some stacks up for him. Mask of Madness and Maelstrom farms very quickly.
Yep, absolutely. And I don't know, like these pauses for no reason, they're getting really... I don't know, I can just assume someone on Ban Earth Spirit has diarrhea, because they go very often to the bathroom. What is Patria? What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Same. Okay.
It's
same.
understood by the players.
Okay. I don't know, so Jolly Joker apparently... like Dota, man. The troll language coming out. We don't get a reason, but they say G, and that means the game is coming back.
Yeah, Silencer, after having a very early start towards that Agnum Scepter, really hasn't accomplished much. As far as farm progression is concerned, he's going to commit to a Necro Book, it seems, with the Staff of Wizardry as well as the Belt of Giant Strength in his inventory. So, Ban Earth Spirit just want to end this ASAP.
Yeah, but I was actually wrong. Like, I was really assuming a Ganem Scepter or 4-star for some mobility. I don't think that would have been even too bad, especially against targets like... Oh, but look at the Silencer! Oh, Silencer and Rolo, pretty much next to each other but protected by the trees, and they find the Nether Wall. That's of course not a good start. I don't know if they want to wait the 30 seconds till the Nether Wall is coming up. I mean, in the meantime, Armada... Oh, but there's engagement.
And now they're going to Burrow Strike in, only on one. However, now the Chronosphere catches out 3 of the Hero's Shackles. Not going to be necessary, but they're going to be able to focus down 2. 3 inside the Chronosphere. Slang gets himself a triple kill. I thought that initiation would look a lot better for Armada, but I don't know, Rolo jumped the gun a little bit, only caught out the Pugna, and the follow-up just wasn't really there. They didn't have Tidehunter Ultimate for another 38 seconds. They didn't have Epicenter for another 40 at the time, and I don't know, at this point, Banner Spirit could go high ground.
Yep, they can definitely go high ground. They have everything required for it. Even the wards in a nice position, so they're gonna damage the Rex right after the tower. Like those creeps, they're gonna be cleared out. Look at this, just one crit swarm. That tower, it's just too fast to even watch the tower going down. Directly for the melee Rex, they wanna end this. And I don't know, with the rest of the Exorcism and the creep wave pretty close to the mid, they might as well even swap there. Then again, it's risky because now Armada Gaming, all of them are back and no chrono up. So they have to deal with a Ravage. So they might as well go back. But look, the Storm. Oh, but Storm Spirit, what are you doing? He's getting silenced now, Decrepify. But oh, the Tidehunter coming in. Like fish, somehow still surviving with the stick charges. But now he's going down. But the Void is coming in. Focusing here on the Tidehunter. And his life is just getting drained at the moment. The Storm Spirit, he's coming in. But I don't know, just ending up on the other side. Netherblast, he has to go back. He's completely out of mana. Rolo tries to get rid of that wall, which is of course very good, but he's silenced the Crapify. That means also slowed. Netherblast is gonna hit him. Unfortunately, there was no Rasta because the Crapify plus all Crypt Swarm and Ether Shock is huge magical burst. But in the end, all of them are low. They have to go back to the fountain. The Skyrive Mage even dying there, and yeah, that means some damage on the tier 3 tower, but they're heading back. They're like, guys, we got what we came for. We just wait for our ultimates and then come back.
I think they probably could have stayed there, to be honest. They blew the Ravage as well as the Epicenter on both of those heroes, and really without those, the only way that they can initiate is the Lifestealer Bomb in the Storm Spirit, which granted is fairly scary, but I think if Ban Earth Spirit positioned themselves well, they could have taken it, but going to take the safer path and back off.
Yep, and it's time for Roshan. They want to go into Roshan. There's some D-Magic here by the Orchid, and that means they have open wounds on Roshan. And let's see if they actually can sneak this Roshan. It will definitely help the Aegis on Lifestealer or Storm, even though I would prefer the Storm. That really makes sense. The problem is if they get caught out by such a chrono, I mean, we have to admit it, this chrono was amazing. Like the 3-man chrono, and on those 2 targets, or actually on those 3 targets, who really could ruin your day. That was, the Ravage was in the chrono, the Burrow Strike Epicenter was in the chrono, and the Storm Spirit was in the chrono. These 3 targets are the only 3 of Armada you really have to be scared of if you are on Ban Earth's team. Because they can do initiate, or disables, etc., the stuns. But yeah, they get Roshan, uncontested, and the Aegis goes to the Storm Spirit as expected.
Storm Spirit, they smoked up, he's waiting for this rune to spawn, seeing if somebody will fall for the trap, as they do have a ward around the vicinity. Armlet picked up by the Lifestealer, but honestly, this Lifestealer is really not going to accomplish all that much. He just can't walk up close when Ban Earth Spirit have their wards down, have Exorcism going, have Chronosphere available. I don't know, Lifestealer just can't get into the middle of the fight without losing his life.
Look what just happened. Faceless Void found a double damage rune. Now all they need is a perfect initiation, a chrono on 2 or 3, and this game is pretty much done. Like, even with the Aegis, you can't really do anything. Like, that Void, he was already hitting like hell before. Now with the Mjolnirs, even faster. Like, let's see. Oh, but they already initiated.
Oh, they got vision. They're not going to drop the Chronosphere on top of that. In the end, now they drop the silence on all 3 of them. They're completely zoned out. They smoke and try to run back to the base. Jolly Joker, will he take down? No, he won't. Stick charges to make sure he's safe. But now, they're just going to rotate towards mid and put some damage here. Exorcism pop. Now the blaster coming out. Serpent Ward's committed for good measure. And these towers are just going to fall. Zipping from the Storm Spirit, trying to burst down Fan of Swain, but he's already thrown out his ultimate. And Monkey's Forever's going to lose his Aegis. The Yule Scepter up to life, so he's going to get his rage off finally. Doesn't get the, open wounds, but now the Chronosphere catches all 3. With the Monkey's Forever spawning back in, they're going to be able to focus down all 3 of them. And now also... Yeah, GG. Rolo is dead.
That is a full
team wipe.
Man wipe. Yeah, this is a full 5-man team wipe. And to be honest, again, the Lifestealer didn't get the rage off, the Titana didn't get the Ravage off. Like, the only thing that really came out, that was the Mystical Flare, but the Void with all the backtrack luck, he actually completely survived that entire thing, even though he only has 960 HP. In the end, I don't know, congrats, NoES Spirit, perfect execution, or let's say not perfect execution, they had here and there some little flaws in there, but overall the pushing strat, it just worked out. In Armada Gaming, they just didn't get the execution through. Like, I think we didn't see a Ravage for the last 10 minutes or so, because he was always in a chrono, he was hesitating with it, and the Void, actually, his chronos were good. Either ways, guys, this is it for this night here, at least on HeflaTV. Thank you for tuning in. My name is HeflaMoke, and with me was casting Mr. Grandis. You can also find him on Twitter, I think, GrandisV, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
Yep. But of course you can also reach him here on our label here, HeflaTV. We're gonna be back tomorrow with games at 12 CET. That is AM, 12 AM, with some Southeast Asian Dota. Coucher is gonna take that. In the meantime, Hefla is gonna sleep his well-deserved sleep after today's, I don't know, 7 best of 2s or so. Either way. So I'm back to sleeping, and tomorrow morning you're gonna see Coucher on HeflaTV 1 with C Dota, and after that in the afternoon we are coming back on both channels with more games to cast. So thank you, give us a follow if you like it, and all the news will be as usual on the Twitter and Facebook. The VODs, if you missed the games, you came too late, or you want to share it with your friends because you're proud of your Venezuelan team that just beat the Canadians, then go to our YouTube. I will upload them now. I'm gonna take this time and upload them now. So, yep, thanks for tuning in, guys. See ya.